My professor offered extra credit if I crossed a line, so I reported it and she got fired. I was an undergrad in my second year when I met this new professor. She seemed kind and easy to talk to, so after class I asked a few questions. She gave clear answers, joked a little, then wrote her number on a paper and told me to message her anytime. I felt seen. I struggle in my major, so I took it as a sign she wanted to help. She started texting about random things and sometimes checked on me if I missed class or turned in work late. I asked around and learned she didn't do that for anyone else. Other students only had her number because they were in an internship she ran at another job. Her texts got flirty. I liked the attention and flirted back a little. She often asked me to stay after or come back to the room. It was always vague, never direct, but the hint was there. Finals were coming and I wasn't doing great. I could pass with a C if I nailed the final. I asked if there was extra credit. She asked what I was willing to do. I said almost anything to pull my grade up. Her replies were slippery, like she wanted me to say it first. Class ended early one day and I went to my dorm. She texted, asking if I still wanted to make that plea for extra credit. I said yes and asked what I should do. She kept it generic, so I asked if she wanted me to come back. She said yes. When I walked in, the room was quiet and the hallway was empty. She asked if I was truly willing to do anything and if I was ready to go down that route. I was nervous, but the special attention felt like I mattered. I said yes. She offered a good grade if I sent explicit photos and if I would go somewhere with her sometime. I agreed to the photos. I sent a few right there. She said she wanted to see for herself. She told me to go to the back so nobody could see me through the door window. The door clicked. She locked it and stood between me and the door and my backpack. My hands were shaking. She told me to take off my shirt. I did. She touched my chest. She asked to see my butt, pulled my pants down, touched, then reached for my genitals and touched again. When she touched me, the fear and the shame hit at the same time. I wanted to grab my backpack and run, but I felt frozen. I kept staring at the small metal lock on the door like it was the only thing in the room. I said I wasn't comfortable doing anything else. She paused, then stepped aside and let me go. At the door, she asked if I was free that night. I said I was busy with a friend and left. Walking out, the weight hit me. My stomach felt sick. I had joked with friends this might happen, but never really thought it would. I hated how it felt. I was scared to report because she still had to grade a big project and my final. I worried she would punish me. I knew the department was small and word traveled fast. I worried that if I said anything, I'd be labeled a problem. Most of my classes were with her friends. I had no idea who would believe me. Her messages didn't spell anything out. Most of it happened in person. Did I even have proof? I looked at the number she gave me and saw it was Google Voice. That made me feel like she planned it. I decided to start documenting. I took screenshots of her messages and saved the call times. I wrote names of buildings, room numbers, and the exact hour on my notes. I typed out what I remembered she said in the order she said it. I printed a copy and kept it in an envelope in my desk. I told a classmate and we compared tests. I had lost points where he lost few or none. In my final project, I got paired with a student who was supposed to fail, and we were told to start a week late. I wrote that down too. She kept messaging, and I replied enough to avoid tipping her off. My friends kept checking on me and told me to go to Title IX. I walked into the office and told them everything. They took it seriously and walked me through each step. At Title IX, they offered to sit with me while I wrote a full statement. They asked careful questions and told me what paperwork would look like. They explained no one from my department would handle my case. They said my grade would be protected during the process. They helped me contact the police and open an investigation. They said to keep saving messages and notes. The school reviewed the grading and the messages. They found she had sabotaged my grade and tried to coerce me. Not long after, the university fired her. Her other job cut her off too. When the school acted, they reassigned grading, and my scores were rechecked by another professor. They told me not to contact her and not to respond to her except through the investigators. I got a restraining order. I turned my phone off and sat on a bench outside the building. Security walked me to class for a while too. The evening air felt cold and my hands were still shaking. I watched the hallway lights flick on through the glass and waited for my breathing to slow. Now some classmates are saying I ruined her career. Was I wrong for reporting?